What's the average retirement year for people in the NFL?
It's like 3 years.
That's it.
3 years. So I would be 21, done at 24 if I was the average.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's amazing to me. Sometimes I'll look up the players to see, and they're all like 21, 22 years old.
21 years old, I
it's
was in.
wild to see. Even with hockey, it was
Yeah.
just like just how young a lot of the players are. And by the time you hit 30, it's like
You're
very
old.
few people
You
are
were
30.
old
yeah,
at
yeah.
30. If you're 30 years old, you were old man in the locker room.
That's so
like
weird.
I'm 27. I'll be
Yeah.
28 going into this next year. I'm old man.
Yeah.
You know, as far as the age gap, right? Because you get to the people that's like, oh, these guys have families and things like that. I just came out of college, right? I'm not thinking about anything about a family right now. I'm just trying to get myself established. And so the thing is, when you get older guys, it kind of shocks the younger guys too, because you get like this draft class and young class that comes in, and especially the draft class, like, and they have these expectations that they're going to do all these things because they're drafted, and they're drafted, so they're probably one of the better players, which could be true or could not be. But then you get next to a guy that's been doing it for 5 years, and just the knowledge alone, right, is night and day different. And it's like, well, you start to get humbled a little bit. You're like, oh, wow, this guy, okay, like they actually do a lot of football here. This guy, there's a reason this guy's been here 5-6 years, and I just got here. So they find out real quick. There's a ton of learning that they have to do, just as far as how it all works.
Yeah. How much ego comes in with that? Like that they're brand new, they're 21, 22 years old. They gotta feel like they're on the top of the world.
Oh,
right?
for sure, for sure. And especially, for the first like couple weeks when it's just the rookies, there's no vets around, and then like you're like the guy for the moment, right? I remember that was me. That was me, because I was the only running back rookie. I wasn't drafted, but I was the only running back. So when we did our rookie camp, right, it was just me. I was the number one guy. I was kind of like the guy because they had signed me, stuff like that. And then I became sixth string. And so I went from like, and then I was like, oh, shoot, like, wait a minute. Like, I got a lot more proving to do. And so you get humbled real quick. And I wasn't like on a high, like, oh, I'm the man or anything like that. Like, I still had my mindset to go and grow and had to prove everything. But it becomes real for you real quick.
Yeah. Now, what differences have you noticed physically between 21 and today?
Yeah. Ooh, good question.
How does that slow you down, or do you feel like you just improve on what you're already doing, and like mentally you might have more like strategy and experience?
Yeah. So I feel like just with my experience, I've become more efficient, right? Just less wasted movement. Am I as fast as I was my rookie year? Probably not. Just because we're just straight training, less mileage, right? 6 years later, of just playing this sport is damaging to the body. But why have I gotten better every single year? Well, I've gotten more efficient. I've gotten smarter, right? I make less mistakes, right? And making less mistakes is sometimes, I would say a lot of times, better than, right, having, a young guy that, has good potential and put him out there, but he's going to make more mistakes if we put him out there, right? That's one of the biggest things that you can get on the field is making sure that you make the least amount of mistakes, right? Because coach has to be able to trust, because we're the last line of defense for the guy standing next to us who's a quarterback, right? It's like O-line, and then it's us that we're blocking for this guy if we're throwing the ball. For running the ball, it's just on you. You got to make sure you're doing the right things, and that's why I think I've gotten better too, is just being efficient, right? And so I think you can see that in society too, where it's like you get young people that, right, and they should be, I feel like, right, be just like more energetic, right, going out and trying new things, doing that stuff. But, right, you're learning, you're touching the stove here, ow, and then, okay, let me try this, right? And then you start to get more efficient, you start to get smarter, you start to connect more, so you start to be able to get more progress done because you're doing it in a way that's efficient and actually makes progress. And so me in my career right now, I've been playing 6 years. I feel like the reason I'm able to stay at the top of my game, even though I'm 27, which, like I said, I still have a whole, I think, another decade. We'll take it year by year, but it's because I'm efficient. Yeah. Right? I know what to do. I'm in the right spot, the right time. I pick up the right people. Right, I make the right steps, and get it done.